Yeah, so guys, this is my first YouTube video, and I came across the trailer, and I want to start streaming and stuff, and this, start streaming gameplay, start streaming video games, just anything I'm interested in really, but it's mainly gonna be video games. But I saw something on YouTube, and it was the Witcher 4 tech demo, and I thought to myself, I might as well make this my first YouTube video. It makes sense because I haven't actually watched it. I watched about 40 seconds, and I thought to myself, I need to make this my first YouTube video. I don't know why. I just thought I'm gonna make this my first YouTube video. 'Cause I know which is the type of game that will take advantage of the technology that we have nowadays and stuff. And it's like gaming something I'm proper interested in. So when I get to it, we're gonna watch this tech demo, and I'm gonna just watch it with you guys, and let's see what happens.
This is a technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4. What you just saw and are going to see now is running on
See, already the game, this looks amazing. It looks amazing, but let me not talk too much.
standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing.
PS5, this is
So in the
PS5
game,
graphics.
you'll be playing
This
as
is
Ciri,
impressive.
a professional monster slayer, a witcher. She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin. The region we are in is called Kovir, and you'll get to explore it in a game. Right now, Ciri is investigating a monster, and after gathering new clues, she is heading back to a nearby village.
Look at the graphics. Look at it. This is amazing.
All right, everyone, meet Kelpie.
This is amazing.
Let weeds
Wow.
be weeds, Kelpie.
So just like Geralt had Roach, Ciri has her own loyal companion.
We return to town.
I'm
These
impressed.
two characters need to feel like one. Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural, and just fun.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character mode.
You see, I'm all about details. The graphic, obviously the resolution ain't the greatest in this video. What you can see in the reflections on the floor. I pay attention to all of these things, even all the details in the distance. It's impressive. Like, I don't know all the words and the what you call, I don't know, but it's just the water on the floor. It looks great. The rocks, it looks, and this is PS5. Imagine PC.
matching in Unreal. So Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any angle and speed. And we also support root motion movement on Kelpie, so controlling her feels realistic and grounded.
Fruit motion.
And there are also some really
Wow,
nice
so
improvements to our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver and these machine-learned deformations. So you've got realistic muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the performance there.
Look, this is why I love technology. This is why I love technology. These are the details I've been waiting for my whole life in video games. Look, this is just, I've ridden a horse before. I've been on a horse. I was in Jamaica and I went on a horse in the grill. And you can see, yeah, this is impressive. I can't lie. This is impressive. Oh,
So
man.
let's leave Ciri behind
Wow.
for a second and talk about the world itself. So much of the Witcher world is natural,
Wow.
organic, especially Kovir with its dense forest and wild nature.
Yeah, and wild nature is hard. And with nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle. So we are excited to introduce nanite foliage. And in order
You see, I don't know what that means, but if it takes gaming forward, it takes it to a more realistic level, I'm here for it. I need to start learning all of these terms and stuff because I don't know what you just said there, but if it takes gaming forward, then let it take it forward.
to achieve
You know what I'm saying?
gorgeous foliage density everywhere, while still being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea was needed. So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past 20 years, artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage, modeling every single leaf and pine needle. And the old LOD tricks of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite. It's volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render. And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel.
Stunning.
And they react to the
Stunning.
changing light of our dynamic
Stunning.
sun and our shadows, and they allow artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
And no compromise means how ambitious we are when it comes to bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world.
Is this the
We
best
can now bring
resolution?
in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Siri.
So I have a hot take. AI
Come on,
is
man.
not
Do
just
you know
about
what? Like, do I
if
need to get
Monday's
YouTube?
yours.
I need to get
I'm so
YouTube
glad you said
Premium. I need to get YouTube Premium. I think I do. If I'm gonna do this, I can't be having adverts. It's too much.
Welcome to Valdrest. So Valdrest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade, and mining. It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Ciri took on her current contract. High-tech, let's leave Kelpie here and explore the marketplace and food.
And the missus?
I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff. Let's see what Valdrest has to offer.
Not her again.
Oh my god, disrespectful. Oh my god, did you just see that? You see something about the UK, they have audacity, you know. That is funny. That is funny. That is, I don't know. I think is this set? It has to be a set in the UK. 'Cause I played Witcher 3. I'll be honest. I didn't play much of it, but I was impressed. But at the time, it was too much for my brain. Like, and I was impatient. You know what I mean? But nowadays, I'm more into these types of games. You know what I mean? So, but that was disrespectful. You see me? This was it. When I get my hands on a game, let me walk through that market, and he does that. It's going off. I'm getting the sword out. I'm getting the sword. Telling you. Just playing with the bear. Wow.
I mean, a fish. For the furry rascal will often wait, and a bear's weight grants good fortune.
Can't believe he spat on the floor. What?
Pardon.
Guys, notice how responsive the world is.
Even those little details where the apples fell out and stuff, it's impressive.
Character actions directly affect what happens around you, sometimes even setting off chain reactions. Everything is working together.
I like that. It makes it more immersive.
Oh, look at this poor gentleman being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper. That's what happens when you cheat at Gwen.
Last of it, is it?
Jingling the purse.
Okay, so this is the guy who gave the series quest his own.
No,
Like you
what?
probably
What?
suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
You off your tits again, Wilfred?
If it is again, Wilfred. You came out like a hamster.
A typical day's toil.
Who in? Witcheress. One news of my wagons. No eternity is taking that damn salt to arrive.
I found them. And, well, suffice to say, they'll not reach you.
50p.
As for the salt,
50p.
found not one speck. I presume this comes as no surprise to you. No. Kavir's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush, shush, shush.
The manticore that flattened your cart and devoured your men,
Devoured your men.
quite the opposite.
Manticore? No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton. Not here.
While Siri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace. Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Born and catch this is. Won't find none fresher.
Reckon me lady's after one of them.
Comes. Get this cleaned and gutted for you. You mind, dearest?
Could you imagine living in England these times? And then I just always think about the health. You know what I mean? The what's that word? What do you call it? Hygiene. They must have got bellyaches every single day back in the day, man. Thank God we're in 2025. I'll tell you that now.
Into seeing some and more. Got mackerel cod, or Brexit's finest.
Mackerel,
And there
guaranteed,
is
guaranteed.
tons of tech to play here, even in a simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal smart objects, chaos cloth, and more.
Yeah, and all of this exists to make sure that the gap in quality between Siri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right, but also authenticity. They should react to changes in the world around them.
But the prisoner in Pillory isn't exciting enough for Wildrest. Let's grab everyone's attention with a circus.
I built this handy dandy little website, KennettMinecraft.com. I built it with the help
YouTube,
of
man.
today's
You
video
come on,
sponsor,
man. You come on,
Bluehost.
come on.
I've kind of become the
Come on, come on. 3 minutes. YouTube Premium. I have to get YouTube Premium.
But the great performance deserves a huge crowd though. Let's crank it up.
This reminds me of Covent Garden.
So you are seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal's systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents all going about their business. And the whole point is to leave breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
You are right. And that's the open world RPG that we're making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Siri? We are making this game to be the most immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever. And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I think what we're doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
We are too.
So we're almost done, but before we go, here's a small gift for all Witcher fans. A first look at Lanexeter.
I'm not gonna lie, I just got goosebumps. Music, man, it does something. It does something. This is cinematic. This is
Onward, Kelvin.
beautiful, I can't lie. Taking gaming to the next level. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Seriously, it
more?
looks amazing. And we've
Okay,
also
okay.
barely scratched the surface of what's coming in Unreal 5.6. So here's Julien to tell you even more. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You have to give people who make games credit. People, it's a lot of talent. It's serious talent to make these type of games. Serious talent.
Hey everyone, great to be here in Orlando. I spent a lot of time on this demo, so I'm happy to be the one to talk about what went into the 5.6 release. An open world like that was just the perfect content to focus on our main goal for the release, which was performance. We want the engine to scale to large and rich worlds. We want to preserve graphics quality. And of course, we want to deliver high frame rates that you and your players expect. So let's check it out, starting with rendering. If you all remember, when we released Nanite with UE5, it supported static geometry. Last year, we brought skinning to Nanite. And now, we're working on Nanite foliage. The only way to have a forest that looks as good as this one is to use 3D geometry for all parts of the trees, just like we do for everything else. However, this is a crazy amount of fine geometry, so we had to
You see, imagine you was part of this gaming department, yeah? See, and like obviously there's people who have passions of making games, but I just know I will get the role. They're gonna give me the role, you gotta work on the trees. Imagine all day you have to come into work here, you have to work on a tree. Oh my God. This is why people, they deserve credit. They deserve credit big time.
think our trees are created and displayed. To create them, we developed nanite assemblies. These 28 little parts that you see are all that we use to build all the spruces from the forest. They are instanced thousands of times and used like building blocks to assemble trees in different ways.
You see, this is what I'm saying. Hours of time, hours making the tree in the game. Give them their flowers, man.
And as you probably noticed with the wind effect, they even support skeletal animation, which runs on the GPU. Thanks to assembly, we greatly reduce the storage, the runtime memory, and the rendering cost. Then, to display an entire forest, the challenge was to preserve fidelity and performance from any distance. Let's check up close the level of detail we're talking about here.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. We need to protest against YouTube. These are adverts. They just want you to
Lots of
premium.
details.
They want us all to get
But
premium.
this triangle representation is not the most efficient when far away, due to the amount of overlapping. And that's why we made an adaptive voxel representation. But in reality, you'll never see those voxels this close, since when we move the camera back, they're barely a pixel. Nanite foliage is almost done. We are moving it to the main line as we speak, and it will be available for everyone in 5.7. Another thing I would like to share is that ray tracing and Lumen now run more than twice as fast, with no visual trade-off compared to when UE5 was released. And because of that, we can now hit 60 FPS on consoles. And finally, we rewrote the rendering pipeline to run asynchronously so you can increase the richness of your scenes even more. Now let's talk about chaos physics. For chaos cloth, we improve our cloth-to-cloth constraint solution. This removes a lot of collision evaluation when garments are piling up and interacting with each other. Even for complex setup like Series Cape, we hit a sub-millisecond budget on PS5. With Chaos Flesh, we introduce
Look at the
procedural
horse.
muscle activations to
Look
make
at the
deformation
horse.
and motion more natural. Your artist will still have control over tetrahedral simulation and train ML models that run fast in real time.
Amazing.
We
Look
now
at the water.
support the
Look
baking
at the
of
water.
fluid surface data into lightweight assets to be played back at low cost.
Wow.
This is going to give you high-fidelity water without the performance cost of real-time fluid
Imagine
simulation.
on PC. Imagine on PC.
For animation, we work on both performance and fidelity. Here, you can see how Siri and Kelpie match up in their interaction. Well, that works no matter the angle of approach. That's our Molds character motion matching solution. We also added motion matching in Sequencer to build stitch tracks. With them, you can seamlessly transition from gameplay to cinematic. Also,
You see, this
we
is
now
what I
have
was
a
talking
second-
about. You see, playing games, I've always this wished the cinematic looks the same as the gameplay, and we're getting there. We're here. We're here. The future's here.
secondary layer of animation driven by physics in Control Rig. We used it in Kelpie's rig to drive the mane, the tail, and the saddlebacks. And now, I'm happy to announce that all these features are already integrated into our new Unreal Animation framework, which we are releasing as experimental in 5.6. We built it with performance first in mind. Animation evaluation are now running in parallel off the game thread, which was our bottleneck. And for the other character systems that are just as costly, like movement, avoidance, state tree behaviors, we also move them to worker threads. This is really going to help you create scenes that are crowded and lively. Streaming has always been a big deal regarding performance. And the three biggest improvements we made are physics state creation, which now runs async, improve runtime PCG for ground scatter on GPU, and a new FastGeo plugin to stream static geometry. And just to take a different example, in City Sample, the streaming time was cut down by 90% while moving at high speed. We focus on a lot of areas for performance in 5.6, and mobile is no exception. We work on better defaults and scalability settings for mobile and minimize the default package size. We also improve our workflows with a UI refactor of the viewport toolbar and content browser, an on-device iteration workflow, and a mobile preview solution. So there you go. Unreal Engine 5.6 is all about performance, and it's available today.
Yeah, the future's here, man. The future's here. The future's here. Witcher is going to be one of them games that just takes it to the next level. Cyberpunk, I feel even when it comes to PC, Cyberpunk is that game that is always used to measure, do you know what I mean, technology and stuff. But the future is exciting for gaming. It really is. I'll tell you that for free, and I'm here for it.